Hello there. This is my third time trying to record this voiceover. So yeah, this week I've been working on other projects for other people, other editing, special effects things other people shot that I'm just editing for. So I didn't have a ton of time to go out and shoot and edit my own thing this week. So instead, I hopped on Photoshop and started drawing up a character, which I do sometimes. Usually I'm planning to animate it. That I haven't really done yet. But this week I was watching the Netflix show Daredevil from Marvel, and I liked it a lot. I just finished it. It's a pretty cool show, and I figured I'd try my hand at drawing a character whose name is Stick from the show, and so that's what we have here. Is a little drawing I did over an hour or two. So yeah, I figured I'd just share some of my thoughts on the show. While you watch. Overall, I thought it was pretty great. I'm a big Marvel movie fan. I'm not a real big comic book guy, but all the movies that they've been putting out over the last however many years, just the way they're all interconnected is fun, and it doesn't take the time that a billion zillion years of comic books do, but it's still that level of like depth from having them all interconnected that I really like. And this show was no different. There was a few references, within its other shows, but otherwise it kind of stands on its own. I liked it a lot because Daredevil, Matt Murdock, the main character, his superpowers essentially allow him to see, and because he's blind, that's pretty intense, but like that's about it. He's barely more powerful than just a regular dude who happens to be able to punch and kick guys in the streets. And because of that, the show I think takes a big emphasis off of superheroes, like a lot of their Marvel stuff does, and just it's all about the characters and what they do and who they are. And I liked that a lot. I thought the writing was really good. It's pretty dark and edgy. It's violent and stuff. There's a lot of Batman connections you could make. But what I liked about it is that it maintained a lot of humor. Matt, the main character, Matt Murdock, he's a lawyer. And at the beginning of the show, they open their new law firm, him and his one buddy, and they just have like great camaraderie. And the guy who plays his buddy Foggy, he's like, I don't know. They just have a lot of witty banter, and their interactions are really funny. And I like that. The fact that a show that's advertised as being very gritty and intense can still maintain a good level of comedy. I enjoyed that. I thought it was pretty good. With a lot of other movies, especially like the Dark Knight Batman movies being very intense and having some comedy, but even then it's kind of like feels a little out of place sometimes. I think the show pulled it off really well, the combination of the two. I enjoyed that a lot. And then, I don't know. There's a good cast of characters because the main superhero guy is barely super. He has a whole bunch of people around him that are very necessary to the plot, so it's kind of a good ensemble of people, and they're all important, and they're all very different. There's like ex-reporter or like a kind of down and out reporter, and I don't know. There's a whole bunch of people, and it was good. I liked it, and they're all very well acted and cast. And there's an episode. There was an episode. Sorry about that. Called Stick, and it's about the character Stick, who is Matt Murdock's kind of mentor when he was a kid, and he was kind of weird. He like picked him up from the orphanage and was like, "I'm going to teach you how to fight," and we're both blind, so he's kind of his weird blind ninja mentor. But yeah, he was a cool character. The actor who plays him, whose name escapes me right now, I know him from like the movie Hunt for Red October, where he's pretty cool. Anyway, he was good. He's a cool character. So yeah, I figured I'd draw him just for kicks. He has a little more color on him than, say, Matt, who's mostly wearing, if he's not in a suit, he's pretty much wearing black all the time. So, there's a little more variation in the character, which is why I chose to draw him. But yeah, so that's why. Yeah. was pretty fun. This is where I tried to draw a hand, and I'm not really good at making hands, so, you know, it turned out all right. Yeah, what I liked about Stick is a lot of his interactions with Matt are when Matt is a kid in flashbacks, and he's kind of this curmudgeon-y teacher guy, but the acting and writing was real good because, well, he's kind of just being the stereotypical curmudgeon-y mentor dude. They just have these wonderful little bits where he still treats Matt like a kid. So although he's like treating him like an adult and being tough on him, a lot of his dialogue isn't like just dialogue that could be directed at an adult. It still feels like he's smart and knows how to talk to a kid who's a kid while being tough on him. And I thought his portrayal was really cool. Anyway, I like the character. I drew him here. Nearing the end here now. I hope you liked the video. Maybe I'll do more stuff like this in the future. If you have other characters from other shows or whatever you might want to see me try to draw, this one turned out alright, I think. Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you guys next week. Adios!